It's always a pleasure to welcome in our district attorney, Scott Reilly, representing the 36th Prosecutorial District, Catawba, Burke, and Caldwell counties. This evening, Mr. Reilly will give a COVID-19 update. He'll also talk about the Veterans Court. He'll talk about trusting our police officers and also give some information on voting. Here's your district attorney, Scott Reilly.
Thank you, Rob. As you can imagine, this COVID-19 pandemic has caused massive disruptions to our criminal justice system. The past 6 months have exacerbated the backlog of cases we already had. It's jeopardized the constitutional rights of defendants, as well as denied justice to victims of crime. As most of you know, Chief Justice Beasley ordered an end to all jury trials in the state of North Carolina on March 13th. We are hopeful that our Chief Justice Beasley will allow us to resume jury trials in November, and in anticipation of that, our Superior Court judges, Nathan Poovey of Catawba County and Robert Irvin of Burke and Caldwell County, have submitted plans to the Chief Justice as to how our district can safely resume jury trials. In District Court, DWI and domestic violence cases have backlogged also. Our office has scheduled special sessions of court in all 3 counties dedicated to resolving the oldest of these cases. It should go without saying that law enforcement is a dangerous job. We ask officers to go into dangerous situations, and they do. We trust that when things are bad or serious and we have to call 911, someone will come to help us. It is a job that requires calm under pressure, on-the-spot problem solving, and crisis management. We cannot stand for violence, especially violence against our public servants. But violence is not the only risk that police officers have to face. Dangerous exposure to drugs, exposure to disease, dealing with the psychological horrors of vehicular wrecks and crime scenes, and yes, coronavirus is a risk for officers too. We put our trust in them when we need them the most. The least that we can do is to help show them that trust and support can go both ways. Earlier this summer, our staff attended training to learn the best practices for helping educate and rehabilitate the veterans in our district that have been charged with nonviolent, usually drug-related offenses. Veterans Court has been a goal of my administration from day one, and we are closer than ever to making this court a reality for the men and women that have served our country with honor. Lastly, I would like to encourage everyone to exercise their right to vote in the November 3rd election. Thankfully, I don't have to run for re-election for another 2 years. If you have not registered to vote, you have 2 weeks left. If you want to vote by absentee ballot, you must make your request by October 27th. You do not need to give a reason if you choose to vote by absentee ballot. If you do choose to vote by absentee ballot, your ballot must be returned to the County Board of Elections by 5:00 p.m. on Election Day, or be postmarked on or before Election Day. Early voting starts October the 15th and runs until October the 31st. And if you have any other questions about voting, you can get more information from the North Carolina State Board of Elections.
It's always a pleasure to have District Attorney Scott Reilly with us. He'll join us again next month for another update from the 36th Prosecutorial District. And with Scott Reilly, I'm Rob Eastwood, WHKY TV News. Back to you, Ralph.